Okay, those cubes and rectangular prisms, a lot more simple. We're now going to do a cylinder. And let's draw a cylinder. So from the notes, we have a circle and another circle. We have a radius of 3 and a height of 8. So I'm going to start by drawing that shape flat. I know from the previous notes that we get a rectangle and a circle. If that doesn't make sense to you, cut out this piece of paper, fold it all together. You'll understand how it works. If we have a piece of rectangle, we roll it up and then fold on the top and the bottom, we get this shape right here. My fault, I should be drawing a little bit bigger so I can fit stuff in. So let's first of all work on the circle. The formula for the area is A equals pi r squared. We have a radius of 3, so pi 3 squared. Notice I don't care the order. 3 squared is 9 times pi is 28. A equals 28.74. Now let's get some units. Centimeters from the notes. So that's going to be centimeters squared. I hope you're writing normal size. Partial answer. Now, that goes in both of the locations of the circles. 28.74, circle my answer. 28.74, circle my answer. Now, this rectangular bit, well, we know we have a height of 8, but what is the length of it? Well, that's just the circumference. So we have C equals 2 pi r. Therefore, C equals 2 pi times 3, which is 6 times pi, which is C equals 18.8. I'm going to round to 5. That's also simply centimeters. I'm going to circle the answer. It's a partial answer. And I'm going to put it in the diagram exactly where it belongs. That calculates this side length, 18.85. Then I'm going to calculate the area of that shape. A equals L times W. The formula for the area of a rectangle, we have 8 times 18.85. That answer is still in my calculator. I do not clear it. Times 8 equals 150. A equals 150.80. That's centimeters squared because it's an area. I'm going to put that in the location of where it belongs. 150.80. Circle my answer. These tiny little tricks to do are very good. Try not to be lazy and just think, oh, I got the answer. Don't even circle it. Circle it. Put it in the diagram. Circle it. Then we're going to find the surface area, SA, simply by adding them all up. 28.74 plus 28.74 plus 150.80. And we get a final surface area of 207.26 centimeters squared. Circle my answer twice. Now, if you look at the calculation directly above, I could have done 2 times 28.74. But if you're going to be doing high-level math in the future, you really want to carefully think through thoughts like, we have a top and a bottom. Well, we have to add a top and a bottom and the sides. Because lots of the times you might have an open top cylinder, for example. And then you might just randomly use the silly formula that we gave you in the formula sheet. And you might just do 2 times the area of the top and the bottom plus the area of the sides and make mistakes. So be careful. Showing more work is usually good for now. Okay, so I've shrank that up a bunch. I hope you're writing smaller than I am, but big enough shapes to actually put stuff in those shapes. Okay, so now let's take a triangular prism. So we have a triangle, we have another triangle, and if I connect those corners, we have a base of 8, we have a height of 3, we have a slant height of 5, and the height of the prism being 6. So let's draw that shape out flat. So first of all, I'm going to draw the bottom of the tent, which is 8 by 6. Then I'm going to lay the doors down. Now notice where I put the 8. I'm probably going to take that 8 and put it on the inside. I hope you get forced to erase that. Have to move it so you get frustrated and don't do it again in the future. So we have heights of 3. Again, heights of 3. Now we do have slant heights. So I'm going to put that slant height in the diagram there. And then we're going to fold off the sides of the tent. Now we learned from previous sections that if we have sides that fold together, they must be the same. So we know that's 5, and then that's also 5. And logically, this is also 6 because all those vertical ones are going to be 6. Then I'm going to calculate the area of each of them. Again, if they're just going to be a nice rectangle, I'm just going to write A equals LW on the sheet to show your teachers that you knew which formula to use. And 6 times 5, the rectangle on the left, has an area of 30. Circle my answer. Let's get some units. Let's put centimeters in the diagram. And then again, the area of the rectangle in the middle is 8 times 6, which is 48. Circle it. And the area of the rectangle off to the right is 5 times 6, 30 again. And circle it. That's what we calculate the areas, put them in the center, circle them, put the side lengths in places that don't get in the way of those things. Then we have the area of a triangle. A equals base times height divided by 2, substituting into that formula. The base of our triangle is 8. The height of our triangle is 3 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. We have centimeters, we're area, so squared. And then we can put 12 in the diagrams. Notice we don't have much space, but 12 and circle them. And the surface area, as you can see in the notes, is just adding them all up. 12 plus 12 plus 30 plus 30 plus 48 equals 132 centimeters squared. And let's circle that answer twice. Great, so those are going to be our basic shapes that we're going to see in grade 8. We're going to see the cube, the rectangular prism, the cylinder, and the triangular prism. They may show some composite shapes, meaning like a chimney of a cylinder on top of a house or something. And we will have to be doing composite shapes based on these more simple shapes. Great, so now let's take a look at some algebra.